Well, hello, everybody. So today I'd like to talk to you about how to market your network marketing opportunity in creative and innovative ways. So, in case you don't know me, I'm Vinny Martinelli. You can get to my website right there. These are some of the topics we'll be talking about. This is how you get to my YouTube. This is another way to get to my website. My finger's a little off there. All right. So, a lot of times I come on here and there's certain things that I'm an expert in, right? And there's certain things I'm not really good at that I'm learning. So today's a combination. Some of the things that I talk about today are going to be things that I'm very good at, and some are things that I'm completely new and have never done. So we're going to learn together. I hope that's going to be okay with you. All right. So to innovate in network marketing, you want to focus on engaging with your audience. Everybody should know that by now, right? You want to have authentic content, and you want to leverage any kind of social media trends that are out there. You know, what are people talking about? And there's a lot of different ways to do that. You want to build a strong community, and you want to have great collaborations, and you want to have really just genuine content that you yourself create, and that's going to come through. So I have really two major topics. The first one is going to be about ways to they're both about ways to network market your opportunity with a different slant. So they're a little bit similar and whatever. So the first area is going to be social media engagement and content marketing. So one of the things that you can do is to create short, engaging videos, and you want them to be fun. In most cases, that's going to get you the better audience, right? So if you have short videos, fun videos, and you want to have those on platforms like maybe Instagram or Facebook Reels, right? So another thing is you want to customize your content for each of the platforms that you're putting the content on. Then you want to leverage trending features. So you want to use things like Instagram stories and Facebook Reels to stay relevant and capture attention. So always be out there and be kind of consistent. And you want to have an understanding of a hashtag. You want to have a hashtag strategy. So really, there should be some key hashtags that you use across all of your marketing. And probably there should also be some where it's unique to whatever it is that you're doing at that particular moment in time, whatever opportunity you're giving and so forth. And you really don't want to go crazy with hashtags. 5 hashtags is a good number. I generally only use 5 hashtags. I would suggest using at least 3, certainly no more than 9. I really don't suggest using more than 5. You want to have, again, I talked about user-generated content. So what is that? Well, that's content that you are going to create. Like I'm creating this now. It's mine. Obviously, you can see my face, so it's really me. And you want to encourage your customers, your clients, your peers, and so forth to share their experience and their photos using a branded hashtag, showcasing real life results, and just make it real, right? So the more people you can get on there that are sort of endorsing you and referring you, the better. And you want to have also behind the scenes content. So you want to just get a glimpse of maybe something about your business product, something in the background, especially if it's your own. If this product is truly your own, then there's lots and lots of material that you have to draw from. If it's not yours, then you want to be concerned with compliance and brand issues that aren't yours. So you want to be consistent with that brand as well. And you want to do this in a way that's going to build trust and a connection. So whatever it is that you're offering, if you don't believe in it, it's just not going to work out as well as if you really did believe in it, if you have the opportunity to use the product or the service and so forth. And then you want to potentially, if you can, do some kind of contest or giveaways. You can drive traffic that way and increase the brand awareness, along with obviously sales and so forth, if you can. Again, if it's your own product, you're free to do whatever you want. If it's somebody else's, if you're representing a different company's product, then it's a little bit difficult to do. Keep an eye out, though, for any of the promotions that those opportunities might be having, so that you can then capitalize on them and make sure that everybody that is being exposed to you is also being exposed to those opportunities and giveaways or contests or whatever it might be. Then there's community building events. So you want to host local events, and you can have workshops, you can have product demonstrations, some kind of networking events. That's going to help you to build relationships and to generate leads. And we're all used to now doing these virtually. You can still do some of them in person if you like. There's different ways, though, to do them virtually, and you want to do them potentially on different platforms. So you can use some of the popular platforms to create the videos. Now, how are you going to get those videos out there? Or probably more importantly, how are you going to attract people to actually come to those events and be live with you? So you want to consider creative ways of doing that. And as you're marketing, it may be different for one platform like LinkedIn. You may market it differently on Facebook or on Instagram. So in that particular case, you probably want to customize them a little bit more than just your general content. So the virtual events, you want to leverage the platforms. You want to have questions and answer sessions, maybe have some frequently asked questions that you present ahead of time. Once you get to know your product, if you haven't already, then you're going to know what the common questions are, and you address those issues either within your presentation or in your own sort of pre-scripted question and answer session later. So, you may be wondering, or a lot of people ask, and that kind of thing, because some people, even if it's a live webinar, for instance, are going to be a little bit shy about asking the questions that are really important to them, and they may not move forward if they don't have those answers. Whereas if you're already providing those answers, it's sort of that eureka moment. Oh, okay, now I get it. And now I'm more comfortable in getting involved with this person or this opportunity and so forth. Another area is to collaborate with other network marketers. So that can be touchy. You want to, car dealers typically are all in one strip, right? So they're all competing brands, but why are they often found in one area? Well, it could be a zoning thing, right? But it's also because that does increase sales. It's proven that when people go there to shop, it's just like in a shopping mart. You don't go to a grocery store that only sells cheese. That's very rare, right? That's going to be a deli or whatever. They offer many different product lines. So it's the same thing with car dealerships, and it can be the same thing with network marketing opportunities. So if you do have something where you're offering people to come into a webinar or something like that, you can have other people that are offering non-competing, let's call it brands or whatever. You want them to be able to complement you, or you just agree generically ahead of time that you're not going to actually sell any of the opportunities. Maybe you're just going to talk about network marketing or affiliate marketing generally. So you can do that. And you want to expand your reach into their audience as best you can. Again, you want to do it with class and with taste and panache. And you obviously want to make sure that your audience feels comfortable and that the other people that you're collaborating with also feel comfortable with it. So you may want to do some planning ahead of time to make sure everybody's on the same page. And you want to build a strong online community. So you can create a Facebook group or set up a Discord server or some other online platform. So I've done that before fairly successfully, although I have a group of about 150 people in a specific email marketing list that's beyond profit. So I do this just for philanthropic reasons. And that gets a message out to so many, it's only 150 people. And it's amazing how much news you can get out there and how appreciative they can be. And that develops a strong loyalty as well. So think about how you might be able to do that with your network marketing opportunity. I also have a Facebook group that has 735 people in it, and I have another one that has 1,311 people in it. And it took some time to develop, and it comes in batches. So I'm struggling to get one person a year, and then next thing you know, I get that one person, and that person brings in 200 people within a month. So that's going to happen too. So I'd be able to flex with those kinds of trends and so forth. So then there's affiliate marketing partnerships. So you do want to partner with influencers. That's sometimes not as easy as it sounds, because the influencers also want to make sure they're partnering with influencers, and they don't want to refer down, they want to refer up. So you want to make sure you present it in a way that is attractive to that influencer, and you want to do it in a classy way that's going to present your opportunity, your network marketing or affiliate marketing or whatever, in a way that shows that you're moving up, and there's there's somebody who's, you're not the ceiling in that opportunity. There's somebody else there as well, and make it mutually beneficial to you and to the people that you partner with. And then there's affiliate marketing. So a lot of times you can offer incentives on your own products or services. You can offer discounts and commissions. So that's another way of doing it. It's not just the product or the service. For instance, maybe you have a lead magnet that's going to get people to subscribe to an online course or some kind of a magazine subscription, an e-magazine subscription, and so forth. So there's various ways that you can do that with the pricing and make it attractive for them. Just be creative when you're doing those things. And then you can cross promote with other businesses, other network marketers, and so forth. So you may, for instance, dabble with, I don't know, broadcast media ad. And so you get 3 or 4 network marketers, let's say, together, and then you can all sort of share in that. Or if they're having an event, then you can cross promote it, as long as it's obviously done tastefully and with class and understanding. Everybody has to be in agreement. Nobody wants to step on toes and make it worse than it is. You want to make it better than it is, right? So you can find other ways to sort of cross promote that. You might want to have a website where you're maybe you have a blog, and just having your own stuff there all the time maybe is getting old, or maybe it's going a little bit beyond your expertise or beyond what you're offering as a product or service. You can have somebody come in and advertise there, or even if they just do a video of themselves, and you just have that on your web page. So think about ways where you can cross promote like that too. That can be very advantageous. And I can tell you that I have a 600-page website, more like 1,200 now, I'm sure, but it just never really looked great. And then I started dabbling with advertisements, and I noticed that it just looks much more professional when I had advertising on that website. And it was a totally philanthropic website. I had no interest in making any kind of money off of it. And it was probably 98% static, but the front page was dynamic. And when I put those advertisings in there, I just got a lot more activity, and it just looked a lot better. So just something to think about. And I'm going to talk to you a little bit now about guerrilla marketing. So it's sort of an unconventional and unexpected sort of tactic, and you want to create buzz and generate attention. Do that, in your own way. Research that a little bit. I think it's legitimate. I think it's a great way to do it. It's not something that I got involved with myself. Maybe I should, look into that a little bit more. There's content marketing. So you want to create your own valuable, informative content, and you want to give more than you get, and that's how you get more, right? The gift is in the giving, they say. And so similar concept here. And you may want to have blog posts or articles or videos, or just whatever you're an expert in or whatever is your passion, and create that content, cross-market that content on all of your forms. So for instance, maybe across social media platforms, maybe in addition to a post, you also have an article, or you have a newsletter within that platform, or maybe you have an email marketing list. You want those to be consistent. Whatever you're advertising on one platform, just duplicate it. You made the content, you went through the effort. So maybe you have to tweak it a little bit, but that should be a lot easier and more efficient than creating something brand new. So consider that as well. We briefly touched on email marketing. If you do have an email list, that's a great way that's going to get to a responsive audience, as opposed to just generically putting stuff on social media, for instance. So you can build an email list and you can nurture those leads. There's ways to do that. So really, you want to keep in touch with them. You want to add more value. So you want to provide value, not always ask for stuff in return. Don't always ask them to subscribe or to buy. Keep the content light and fresh and relevant to whatever service or product that you're offering. And that email list should snowball. And so they don't have this sense of dread when they see your email coming in through their inbox. Instead of that, they want to feel motivated. See, I've got to see what so-and-so is talking about today. I've got to see what tips and tricks I can get from so-and-so. Another area is gamification. So I have not dabbled in that. I don't know that I will, but this is something that's been recommended to me. So you can introduce gamified elements into your marketing efforts, such as challenges and rewards, and create leaderboards, and do all of those things just to increase engagement. And that, I think in this particular case, you want to really, really know your target market, and you want to hone it in specifically to them. And if that market is into the sort of gamification concept, then probably you definitely want to do that. So that's beyond my expertise, something, like I said, I probably won't get involved with. Another area is augmented reality. And I love this concept. It's way beyond me, way above what I can do, but it's where you can create interactive, engaging product experiences. So I'm not going to talk about that much, mainly because I just don't know the topic, but know that term. If you're the creative type, if you're the innovative, if your brain is very sharp and you can understand all these concepts in a way that can make it advantageous to your product or service, definitely look into augmented reality. I'm sure it'll be profitable for you, and I'll be sorry that I didn't do it. Now, there's something called mystery box campaigns, something I'm totally unfamiliar with, but you can offer product subscription boxes to create excitement and into anticipation. So again, that's just beyond what I know, but it's something that's out there that's been exposed, that I've been exposed to. And maybe we'll look into a little more deeply, not something that I can speak of. Build your own campaigns. So this is great, because if you're building your own campaigns, you're going to know what's in it. And now it's easier to cross market those campaigns from one platform to the next. And if there's a way where the customers can customize their own products, great, that'll work. You can create unique personalized experiences in that case. So if you're really great at email campaigns and funnel marketing and so forth, you can use various keywords and rules, and depending on which platform you're using, they use different terminology, so that when your customers get here, you may have, let's call them tags. And if you have a certain combination of tags, then you send them this particular email that's on this particular topic. And if they have a different set, maybe they're going to have similar emails, but they're more geared toward a different topic for you. So maybe it's a different opportunity. If somebody comes to you, for instance, and they're from Australia, you're not going to market to them something that's only available in Canada. So that kind of thing. So something that if you can concentrate on, potentially you can hone in on that and get a much more active audience and reactive audience, I should say, and have brand loyalty, because you're giving them relative information, and as opposed to, well, 9 out of 10 times, Vinny's offering me something that I can't do in my country, so what's the point of that? Let's just delete his email. So you don't want that to happen. So to be a rock star is going to take a lot of effort and work, right? So this is not passive income, what people like to call network marketing, affiliate marketing, passive income. It can be, especially with affiliate marketing, more so than with network marketing. Once you have an audience and you have your downline and you have that steady income, it can become more and more passive. But at first, it's not going to be passive by any means. And so you really do want to put in the effort up front. So if you're feeling like you're, shouting into a social media void, getting no response, what's that song? I can't get no reaction. Well, if you're feeling that way, well, these are some of the other things that maybe you can do to help out with that. So if you're ready to take your business to, the next level and offer some fresh, innovative marketing tactics, then, well, here's more information for you as well. There's something called, and I'm sure you've heard of it, it's stop the scroll. So if you can stop the scrolls, people are going through the social page and they're just scrolling through whatever it is that the algorithm sends to them. If you can make them stop that scroll and pay attention to whatever it is that you're offering, that is, you can't really get much more perfect than that, right? Once they stop, then they'll have the opportunity to read or look or view or listen, and now you have the opportunity to convert that person into your opportunity. So you need something that's going to grab their attention. So you might want to just concentrate on compelling, what they call hooks. If you're not familiar with that, do some research on hooks. Get some AI assistance with that if you're not familiar with hooks or how to use hooks. Don't trust your own words. They're probably wrong. And this is particularly important when you do affirmations. So many people come to me and they tell me their affirmations, and well, no wonder you're not seeing any results. The words you're using are undermining what you want to convey to your own brain. It's the same thing with this. So create the best hook you can, run it through not one, not two, at least 3 different AI chat models to see how those models can improve on them, and then choose one. And maybe your original one was the best. Maybe you're just one of those gurus that's way better at it than I am. Trust and verify, right? Verify that what you think is actually the best thing that's out there. So you want to look at the trends so that you understand what people are stopping on. You want to find out what people are searching for. You want to find out what formats. For instance, video is going to get you a better response than pictures, and pictures are going to get you a better response than text. And if you can combine all those in the right way, make the right colors, there's people will tell you, if you go to this one platform, you want to use this color. If you go to that platform, you want to use another color, because that's what their particular audience is in tune with for whatever reason. I don't know the science behind it. I don't necessarily know that I believe that. This is what I'm being told. So I'm sharing it with you. So whether it's a video or written content, you want to just grab their attention. And then, as I mentioned before, you want to cross-market that. So if you're doing a post on social media, somewhere in the post, well, first of all, you need a call to action. Don't ever forget that. Also, you can say, well, if you want more, I've got this article, or I've got this newsletter that you can be on, or here's a link to my funnel. So even if it isn't about making money, you can at least grab their information and get them to become loyal, let's call them loyal listeners, right? Loyal followers, so that at some point they may want to engage in something else that you're sharing in the future. It might be tomorrow, it might be 6 years from now. We never know. And you want to leverage the power of storytelling. So I'm not really good at doing that. I'm great at telling stories because I really I call my life fascinating. And my friends told me when I was, I don't know, maybe I was in 7th or 8th grade, they said, we can put you in an empty room and you'll find something to do. So true. That's just who I am. So I have stories. Telling stories in a way that I can market it to whatever I'm offering, my products, my service, and so forth, is not something I'm good at. So I need to develop that, build that a little bit more. Now, people don't just want to hear the facts about the products. They do want to hear those stories. And I'll give you a quick one. And yes, I offer Melaleuca, but I was in a beach environment. I was just a kid, and there were I don't know, tons of us that went there, and the forecast was it was going to be hurricane conditions. So the following day, we were supposed to go to an amusement park, and that was going to be a wash. We got up in the morning, we got up extra early. The sun was still out. So we went and we took advantage, and we didn't stop to eat or drink. We just kept going because we knew that at any minute this was going to end. Well, it didn't. The hurricane never came, and I was so sunburned, so just in pain from the sun. And I kind of knew that was happening, but I didn't think it was that bad because I was sure that somebody would tell me, hey, your skin's on fire, but they didn't. So anyway, I got home and I had this Melaleuca oil, and I just put it all over, and it was very painful. And back at the time, it was not Melaleuca oil. It was some kind of a paste, but it was very sandy, very gritty, and it was painful to put on. But you know what? I never peeled. I never blistered. Totally amazing. So I can share that story. It's kind of a long story, right, to introduce somebody to the Melaleuca line, but that's a real story. So whatever stories you might have, you want to leverage that. And if you're not really good at telling the stories, well, find somebody who is, or use AI to do it, or create a script, or have AI create a script. And if you're afraid to be in the video, I'm not afraid to be in the video, as you probably guessed that, right? Then you can have a faceless video. You can do all kinds of stuff, but just get the story out there and make it inspirational. Talk about your journeys, your testimonials like I did, or somebody else's testimonials. And it's got to come from the heart. It's got to come from the soul. That'll come right through. your authenticity will shine right through, and that's what people are attracted to. And we talked about building communities, but you can have those private Facebook groups, or you can have public Facebook groups. Also understand the difference between the two of them, and then decide. Now, once you go private, last time I checked, if you have a public group and you go private, you can't then go public. But if you have a public group, at any time you can go private. Also, you want to consider the channels that you're advertising on. Make sure they have a great reputation. There's one that's right here in my face that somebody's recommending, and I won't even say the word because I know my personal experiences and somebody else's experience, and it's sad that they're ignoring their fiduciary responsibility to their own customers. So do that research and make sure that you are on the appropriate platform. And you can do different type of research too and find out, is this the best platform for your ideal client? It might not be. If you're looking for clients in a certain age group, and this particular platform attracts people that are in a different age group, then certainly don't make that your priority. Again, if you're creating your content for the correct platform for your ideal customer, that's great. And say, you know what, I already created it. It's going to take 2 seconds and I'll get it over to this other platform. That's great. Just don't necessarily concentrate on that. So you want to keep your eyes on the different trends of all the different platforms, and without getting into the politics of it, there's this whole thing about TikTok during the previous presidential administration and the current presidential administration, and how that's going to impact how you do business. So before you invest yourself deeply in something, consider that. Consider an escape route. So if you develop a large audience on any platform, you should always have a backup somehow of that audience, know them. So, and what I've done in those groups that I mentioned that I have on Facebook is I will also look for them on LinkedIn, so that if something happens to one, the chances are I'm still going to be able to maintain my contact with them on the other. So you want to be, like I said, just as creative as you can, and look deeply and look for the experts. If you see somebody's got fantastic YouTube videos, look at their numbers. And if they've got a trillion gazillion followers, then you might want to pay attention to what they're doing, even if you can't get in touch with that person and you can't necessarily do what they do. You just don't have the skill set or whatever. Learn from it though. Learn whatever it is they're doing. Just emulate that. Emulate what they're doing, and chances are that's going to help you in your own content. So you want to focus also on referrals. That's so important. Do not be afraid of referrals. So for instance, if you're offering a network marketing opportunity and you get involved with somebody who is not at all interested in joining that network opportunity except for the products, or maybe they love the products but they no longer need them, whatever the case might be, ask them for referrals. If they're not building their own downline, then that's okay. You can get those referrals and potentially build a downline either under you or even under them. Say, hey, look, I'll do the work. You get me the names. I'll do the work because it's going to be more passive for me than it would be for you, because I've already created the marketing or the scripting for the emails or the videos or whatever it is, and you can duplicate those, so it might be easier for you. And also don't be afraid of referring up. So referring up is if you find somebody, they're interested in the product line, really they're not in a place to do what they need to do as a successful network marketer, well, ask them not only for referrals, but say, who do you know that would be willing to do this? Or who do you look up to in this particular field? And they're thinking that, oh, this other person is so great to be perfect at this. Well, if you can then enlist that person either under you or under this person, you know, if they are creating their network, and then you can also teach this first person how to transition that way and how to make it so that, well, yeah, I know you're sort of an introvert, but here's a way where you can be an introvert and still be successful in an extroverted opportunity. So different things like that. So anywhere you go, you should always be thinking, how am I going to interact with people? And another great thing, I learned this from, I don't want to say the person's name, but if you ever go to a drive-through restaurant, no, park the car, walk in the restaurant, interact with the people, interact with the employees, interact with the customers, interact with whoever you're sitting next to, and find ways for them to say to you, well, what do you do? Or what's your success? How can I, or I wish I could, right? Look for all of those keywords and those buying signals and have those, conversations with them as much as you can. Keep it related and try to bridge the gap between what they're doing, what they are, and what they want to do, and what they will become, and what you have to offer. So you're probably way better at this than you even think. So consider all those things. Now, I appreciate your time. I appreciate if you can like and share and comment. Tell me about your stories. Tell me more about what you want from me. And if you see that little bell icon, please click on that. Please follow and follow, like, share, and so forth. Again, that's how you're going to get to my website if you want to take a pretty picture of it. This is how you're going to get to my website if you like typing. This is where you go to get my other YouTube videos. These are some of the topics that we talked about, so you might want to take a quick snapshot of that. That's all I had for you today. Hope this is beneficial and useful to you. I hope you have a prosperous day. Thanks for stopping by. Take care now.